Hello everybody, welcome back. I have another review that I'm going to be sharing with you today. It's another fun summer collection, this time by Olive & June, and these are their brightest and boldest shades yet that they've come out with, and I'm really happy with them. So all the formulas on these are pretty consistent. They're going to have like that crelly-ish formula, so it's a mix of like a jelly formula and a cream. It's going to take a little bit to build them up, but when they build them up, they're really bright and beautiful and a little bit squishy, and the crelly formula is one of my favorites. So these were sent to me from Olive & June. I do have an Olive & June discount code, and I'll put that here so you guys can see that. That is good for 20% off Pedi Systems for first time customers. I'll also put that in the description down below, and then I'll have a link to purchase the collection if you want to, and let them know that you heard about them from me. Okay, if you haven't heard about Olive & June, I really love them. They really do have long lasting polishes. All the ones that I've tried have been really great, and I do like to use them with their ridge filling base coat. That really had long wear as well, and I really like their top coat as well. So when I use them, those are the things that I use, just so I keep that system by itself, and I really do have good luck with it. I can get my polish to last for at least 8 to 10 days and look really nice, and that's if I'm reapplying that top coat about halfway in between that mani. So on day about 4 or 5, or maybe day 3 or 4. I really do like Olive & June. So these colors are really fun. They're new and a little bit different, so I don't have a lot of comparisons for other polishes in their line, just because these are just new additions and there's really nothing to compare them to. I do have comparisons for other lines of polishes that I had were similar to this, but I did find that a lot of these were unique. Okay, so let's talk about all the different polishes. This first one is Lemony Lemon, and it's a really bright yellow. It's hard to get true colors of yellows and orange, and it's really hard to get true colors of neon, so I'm going to try my best to get these as close as I can, but this is showing up super bright on here. It's not this bright, but it's bright, but it's not like super duper neon bright, just so you guys know. So this is a yellow shade. Like I said, it's got that crelly formula. So this is going to take 3 to 4 coats. It's a really beautiful yellow shade. I like it. I think you'll probably like it too if you like yellow. I think this kind of yellow looks really good on tan skin. So summer's the perfect time to wear a shade like this. I don't think I'd wear a shade like this any other time of year except for when I'm tan. So I think this one's going to be pretty fun. And I don't mind doing the 4 coats. If you don't like doing 4 coats, or possibly 3 depending on how you apply it, then you might not like this one. But it's really got that lemony, squishy feel to it, and I like that. It reminds me of those lemon heads. I love all the names for these. They're super fun. And summery, this whole collection gives me like an 80s vibe, which I think is really cool. Okay, so as you can see, I really did like this yellow quite a bit. And let's talk about comparisons. I have a few like neon yellows, but I didn't have a lot of just like bright yellows, so this one's quite unique to what I have. But I compared it to Orly Road Trippin', and that's like more of a green neon. I wanted you to see how it was compared to Avant Garment. That one's more of a buttercream, so this is like a bright lemony yellow. And then Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet, that's more of a, like an orange yellow. So I had nothing that was like this, and I think that's really why I liked it so much. So I think you'll really like it too. It's really fun for summer. Next up, I have this beautiful bright orange. It is definitely not showing up true to color on this, so you guys know. This one's called Orange Wedge. I love that name. It does remind me of that Orange Wedge candy, but it's a really bright orange. It's looking kind of bright but dull in this camera. So I'm hoping the swatch picture I have really portrays the true color of this. So it does have a little bit of pink in it. So it's not like your total orange. It does have a little bit of corally hint to it, which makes me like it even more. And I love the brightness of it. So this is going to build up in about 2 or 3 coats depending on your application. There were times that I got 2, and there was a time that I had to do 3, just because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't see-through at all. So they are going to take a little bit to build up, but the end result is going to be really nice. So you're just going to have to decide if that's worth it to you or not. To me, it's worth it, and I don't care. But the formula is great. I did compare it to Tangerine Tease. That's the one that came out in the Essie collection. That one's not as bright, and it maybe has a little bit more red in it, where this has a little bit more of that kind of corally pink hint to it. I compared it to No Tan Lines, and that one's more yellow. China Glaze None of Your Risky Lucky Business, and that one's neon and more yellow. So this one's definitely unique. I like it. This is probably my favorite bright orange. Will I wear it for summer? I really think I will. I think it's going to be really fun to wear outside as I'm adventuring this summer. This next one is Lime Fizz, and it's a really beautiful lime. It's showing up a little more cooler toned than it really is. It's a little bit more of a mid-tone green that's bright. It's definitely lime. It's got that same formula. I think you can get this opaque in 2 coats. You might have to do 3. I just want to say that you might have to, depending on your application. I don't want to just say it's 2, because there was a few nails that I wanted to do 3 coats on. But it builds up to be a beautiful color. All of these are going to dry a little bit semi-matte, and a lot of bright polishes do. They just have something in them that's bright that makes them do that. I don't know what it is. So when you apply it, it's going to seem a little dull, and as you build it up, it just gets brighter and brighter. So I think it's kind of beneficial to do 3 coats, because you're going to get more of the true brightness of the color when you do that. I compared this to Color Club Thirsty, and that one's a neon with more cool tones. I love that polish, by the way. You'll see in the swatch. It's beautiful. You need to get that one. And Fill In Just Lime is not as bright. That one's also from the new Essie Summer Collection, and it's more green. This one's more limey. And then Into the Limelight from Morgan Taylor, and that one's more yellow and a little bit muted. So this one's unique too. I really think it's fun. I don't have a lot of bright greens though. So if you do, maybe it's not, but I don't. And then we have this beautiful one called Hot Strawberry, and I love bright, bright strawberry shades. This one's so beautiful. Like I said, I want to say this is 2 coats, but you might have to do 3. And I'm going to say that with this one too, because you really get more of a richness of the color when you add more coats. Just keep that in mind again. I might have to say it on the next one. We'll see when I get to it. But I did feel like this one that I wanted to do 3 on a few more. But the formula is really great. I didn't really have an issue with the formula, and these are really easy to apply, and I didn't have to do a lot of cleanup because the polish just kind of stays in place and it doesn't run or anything, so cleanup was just a breeze. I love shades like this. It reminded me a lot of Essie Striker Rose, and I love that polish. I wore it when I went to Hawaii, and I still remember the pictures I took with it because it was just so beautiful. So it's very similar to that one. I think that one's a little bit lighter in shade than this one, and maybe a bit brighter. I compared it to Essie Throw in the Towel, and that one's more muted, but it is kind of a strawberry pink like this one. And then Morgan Taylor Spin Me Around is more of a bright neon pink, and I wanted to see you just how it was compared to like a bright neon polish. So it's got some brightness, but it's not neon. These are all kind of like nearly neon. Wow, I feel like I'm talking a lot. A lot of information coming your way, whether you want it or not. Okay, this next one is called Cherry Crush, and I do find it to be a cherry shade. I want to say it has a touch of raspberries. I think it's kind of a mix between a raspberry and a cherry shade, which may explain why it was a little hard to find something that was super exact to this one, because a lot of the ones were more cherry or more raspberry, and this is kind of in between, a mix of those. The formula is really good on this one as well. I think you can get this one opaque in 2 coats. I think I did 2 on both of my swatches. I might have even done 1 on my live swatch. I think it was very close to 1 coat, but when I was doing my photos, I realized that I really just wanted to do 2 to build up that color just a little bit more. There were a lot of polishes that were really close, but I couldn't really find anything exact to this, but there's a lot of shades kind of out there like this, but this one has a little bit of a brightness to it that some of those that I have don't. But I threw some of them up there on my swatches so you guys could see. I compared it to OPI Strawberry Margarita. That is such a good polish, and that one's maybe a little bit more cream and more pink. And then I compared it to XOXO just because in the bottle they looked kind of close, but this one's definitely more bright, and XOXO has a little bit more of like a purple raspberry hint to it, so if you think those are the same, they're not. And then Essie Watermelon has a little bit more red, so they were a little bit different. Trucks are backing up. Sorry guys. Maybe we'll let them finish here. Okay, this next one is Grape Soda, and I really love this one. I like these kind of purpley shades so much, you guys. And this one had a really good formula. I want to say 1 to 2 coats. Let's just say 2 coats. I want to say 2 because you're going to get a better color payoff with 2. So we're going with that. This one seems to have some red tones in it. Yeah, I think it's got red tones in it. So beautiful, you guys. And squishy and yummy. And perfect for summer. I know I'm going to be wearing this one. There are some that I had were kind of close to this, but I don't think exactly the same, but I didn't write anything in my notes, so let me go check. Okay, Funky Beat by China Glaze was a little bit more pink and lighter than this one. And then The Future of Art by Essie is pretty close to this one. I think I like this one a little bit better. And I think I liked the formula a little bit better if I remember right. And maybe that one's a touch darker than this one. And then OPI Positive Vibes Only, that seemed to have more pink. So this one's quite unique, you guys. I really didn't have anything exact as these ones. So I really liked this collection quite a bit. And then we have Blueberry Smash. It's definitely richer than it's showing up here, but it is, oh my gosh. It is kind of a similar, this color tone's pretty accurate on there. It's got a really good formula. I want to say 2 coats with this one too, and it's going to build up really nicely, and that color is just going to get more rich the more coats that you apply. And I compared it to Juicy Details because I knew you guys would want to know how it compared to that one, the new one from the Essie Summer Collection, and that one's darker. I wrote in here that I like Juicy Details a little bit more just because it's a touch darker, and I like polishes that are maybe a little bit more rich, and so those were my thoughts when I had both of them on my hand, but I still really like this one. Strut Your Stuff by Essie was close, but a little bit different. That's all I have. I don't know why. You'll see it in the picture. And then Music Is My Muse is closest, but not as bright. It's just a touch darker. So this one's quite unique too. Okay, so those are all the shades. I liked this collection. It's so fun. Like I always say with Olive in June, it's just fun because I like that nail polish brand so much. It's just fun to see all the polishes come out because they're all different new shades to their line and they're unique, so it makes it kind of fun and exciting. And I felt like they were pretty unique to what I had in my collection already. Okay, so I'm gonna pick my favorites. Stop blabbing. I'm gonna be picky. So these 3 are my favorites. So we've got Orange Wedge, Grape Soda, and Hot Strawberry. So the pink, the purple, and the orange. Those are the ones that I know I'm going to be reaching for this summer. I already can't wait to wear them because I already feel like school's almost done and it's time to play and be done with things and get out there and have fun. So let me know your thoughts on this collection if you liked it. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys found this helpful, and as always, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and hit the like button and comment. It just really helps me out and I appreciate it. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.